In this episode of In Search of the World's Best Sandwich, we're gonna make some focaccia and we're gonna make some sandwiches. We'll make the classic mortadella and pistachio sandwich, but then I'm also gonna show you another one that I don't know if I came up with, but I've been making it and I've been addicted to it. So stick around and definitely check that one out. But we've got to make a focaccia first, so I'm gonna show you quickly how I make mine. I've got a bowl of dough here that I've taken out of the fridge about an hour ago so that it has time to relax and come up to room temp. Now, I'm not gonna show you how to make the dough right now, but if you do want to check out the video, I'll link it up there. It's 450 grams or a pound, and that's just because that's what fits my pan. Your dough bowl may vary depending on the size of your pan. And speaking of pan, I'm gonna line mine with a piece of parchment paper just because I find it's easier to take out the focaccia afterwards. But first, I'm gonna give it a little coat of olive oil. That way the parchment paper is gonna stick to the pan and it's not gonna move around. Then I'm gonna give it another little squirt of olive oil just to make sure that everything's nicely coated. And that is our pan ready to receive the dough. I'm gently gonna invert the dough into the pan just to make sure that I don't knock out all that air that's inside of it. I'm basically letting gravity do the work for me. My fingers are oiled. I'm gonna carefully go underneath and flip the thing. Now, I'm gonna cover this with cling film, leave it for about half an hour while my oven preheats. And then in the meantime, the dough is gonna relax and it's gonna take the shape of the pan. And we're back! The oven is hot, the dough has relaxed and it's puffed up a little bit. I'm gonna give it another light drizzle of olive oil. And I'm also gonna oil up my fingers. Then I'm gonna go in with my fingertips, starting from the center, going out. And I'm gently gonna push all the way down to the bottom, but making sure I don't pierce the dough. As I'm doing this, I'm gonna push it all the way down into the corners. I'm gonna hit it with some flaky sea salt. And of course some olive oil. Into the oven it goes on the bottom rack, full whack for about 10-15 minutes. Or until it comes out looking something like this. Now, just like with any other bread, we need to let this cool down to room temperature before we can slice into it. So we're gonna let that happen and then we're gonna make some sandwiches. The only thing that I wanna do first is take it out of the pan and onto a cooling rack, just so we can maintain that bottom nice and crispy. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so it's been half an hour and we're finally ready to slice into this. Boom, look at this beauty. And if you're interested in this beauty, go get yourself one with 10% discount through the link in the description or using the promo code. Now, I have absolutely no problem going through a sandwich this size, but since I'm gonna be making two, I'm gonna cut this one in half as well. And then I'm gonna slice these open. Okay, first sandwich, mortadella. I'm gonna start with some stracciatella. I'm gonna hit that with some flaky sea salt, some black pepper for sure, some good olive oil. I'm gonna chop up some roasted pistachios. Those go on top. Get yourself some nice mortadella that I'm just gonna drape on top. And that is the classic mortadella sandwich. All right, here we go. The olive oil, the mortadella, the stracciatella, it's just a symphony. I think I'm gonna give this an 8.9. It's an amazing, amazing sandwich. Okay, I really want to show you another sandwich. We'll start with some mayo, but since I already have to make some, I thought that here's an opportunity to show you how to make quick mayo. One whole egg in, a dash of vinegar or lemon juice, pinch of salt, and a cup of neutral oil. You could add mustard, I'm not going to. Then you're gonna immerse your blender all the way down to the bottom and then slowly start raising it as soon as you see the emulsion starting to take place. And voila, we got mayo. Now back to the sandwich. I'm gonna spread some mayo on the focaccia on both sides and a good amount. Some nice thick slices of tomato. Very importantly, salt these. If you wanna add some cracked black pepper, go ahead, I won't. I'm also gonna make some nice thin slices of onion. And this is my tomato and onion sandwich. Okay, let's give this thing a try. You know, there's a reason why I've been addicted to this sandwich. It's insane. Creamy from the mayo, umami from the tomato, and then you have that pungent fresh crunch from the onion. This thing is an absolute underdog, but it's incredible. I'm giving this 9.3. And again, my favorite new sandwich. Go make some focaccia and go give these a try. Roll out!